Alright, so today I'm here with the Cirrus. I got it on the weight and balance machine and trying to get the CG dialed in to where I want to. I've got it set up on my xicoy digital weight and balancer. First time I ever used it, brand new. And my calculated center of gravity in the window, it wanted 72 to 80 millimeters from the back of the trailing edge from the back of the leading edge of the wing at the wing root, which gave me 48 millimeters from the mains forward to the center of gravity location. That's the window. So I'm in the middle of the window at 48 millimeters from the main forward. That puts me in the middle of the center of gravity window. And now, as you can see, I'm measured at, my center of gravity is 48 millimeters. So I ended up getting it to where I wanted it to by moving around the batteries to get the proper location. And the plane's 20 pounds. I'm gonna have to see what the plane calls for now that I got more power, more battery in here. But 20 pounds of weight is what I got here. So now if I come here to my iPad and I go to my manual, I think it's one of the very first pages, center of gravity, 72, 80 millimeters back from the leading edge of the wing at the wing root as shown. So my measurements, all I did was I taped it down the table, put a piece of tape and marked the center of the axle on the mains, marked the center of the axle on the front, and then I measured from here down with a straight edge, a 90-degree straight edge, and then I took that measurement on a piece of tape and measured back to the mains, and then that gives me the distance from, I measured from here to the center of gravity, and then that center of gravity mark there to the mains gives me my information where I have to put into the weight and balance to set it up. The weight and balance takes 3 different measurements, and I had to put them all in here. So these are my measurements, my millimeters. So I got my distance from front to mains, my distance from the mains to the CG, and my distance from the mains to where I'm adding weight. And it's pretty cool. My Apple Pencil works on here. I like it. So I got 20 pounds and my CG's 48. So if you notice, if I push down on the front of the plane to trick it, it'll pop up measured CG. So it's measured my CG at 48 millimeters is where I want to be. So now let's go over here to the first page and see what we come up with. So we're looking at 16 to 18 pounds. So I'm about 2 pounds heavier than they recommend. But I've got a 35 to 40 cc motor. Electric brushless motor. I put my 19x8 Falcon carbon fiber on there that I already had. Try it out. I believe it's too small. And here's all my extra weight. 2 CnhL 9500 6S in series for 12S. And I stuck all my components back down in there as much as I could for now, just to get the weight and balance, to make sure I got everything more or less where it's going to go on the plane. And it's a big plane. It's got a 97-inch wingspan. But it balances out. The batteries are, believe it or not, in a very convenient location for access right there. Now I'm going to work. I already put down in here some Velcro pieces to simulate the weight. So I'm going to put some neoprene so they can't move around. I might even print a 3D battery holder, so once I get them exactly where I want, I'll print a 3D battery holder to where they can't move around on me, and I'll be able to put them in easier. But for now, I'll just set it up to where I could strap them in and make myself a mark for testing, because I have to do flight testing with the CG to see if I want to move them back or not. But overall, came out pretty good. 2 pounds heavier than it's supposed to be, but not too worried about it. Stay tuned. I'll be flying this plane soon once I get all these little things finished up. And I'll have video of it at the field out there at the West Delray Regional Facility. We'll fly RC airplanes all the time. My goal with this one is to ride wheelies down the runway, so if I get that CG right, should be no problem. Stay tuned, like and subscribe.